Hello everyone, welcome back to the video. So as usual, I'm going to cover those stocks that was highlighted in the email, and I'm going to add on some stocks that I'm currently monitoring to see is there any possibility that stocks can recover from yesterday's shock. So just in case if you do not know, yesterday Fitch downgraded the US government, ceding the ability to pay off debt is in doubt. So from AAA, they downgraded the US government to AA plus. So that caused a lot of so-called hoo-ha in the market, especially in the afternoon when the Europeans start to work. A lot of analysts come out to add in sugar, salt, vinegar, make the fear accentuate, and then the whole market was selling like a hotcake. So what happened to all the stocks that was affected? Well, of course, obviously they closed lower, and the US market actually closed significantly lower yesterday as well. Overnight, the market was down about 1.3% for the S&P 500. But nevertheless, let's move forward and see what will happen going forward. So we will still remain cautious ahead because we're scared that there might be still some overspill effect. But we can look at some of the stocks that may be able to rebound from support. Later on, I'll share with you. Now, let's look at the email over here. We have some of the emails that was posted or sent. And here we have Delphi and Venture. I'd just like to quickly touch on Delphi and Venture. Right. So the other time when Delphi, I made an update. So I was looking at this as a potential higher low. But of course, after yesterday's or earlier, it had the sell-off, right? We actually find that this, or I actually find that this is a break of trend, okay? Because the uptrend, we see higher high, higher low. So when we have higher low, okay, then we see the uptrend remains intact. Now, if I plot a trend line to connect the higher lows together, over here, you can see Delphi breaks down. Instead of forming a higher low as my email expected, it actually broke down to retest the major support here, right? And these major supports help to stabilize the counter, and it managed to rebound today to 128. So going forward, I do not really expect uptrend, but I will take a look at these stocks in the form of sideways, because now we have same high, same low. And if we retest this 136 resistance or 137 resistance, then it pull back, then we may expect sideways to continue. If it breaks out, then a whole brand new trend may happen. So the going forward scenario is that if it goes to 137, pull back, sideways, continues. But then if it goes to 137 and continue higher, then we may see uptrend coming, right? A new uptrend coming, because this is a break of trend as well. So this is considered as a break of trend if it happened to cross above 137, cross above 139. But yeah, we got to watch further. So definitely now it's doing okay, especially as it rebound from the support level. So we're talking about Venture now. So Venture, the update, talk about the support level here around 1454, and the counter actually did not rebound immediately, went down slightly lower, retest the lower range of support, which is 1444. 1454 is the higher range because it actually matched with this level. Okay, this is a support, then this is a support as well. So there's always a range for us to expect, especially if the stocks is volatile, okay, or has a lot of movement. So we can see here is that it managed to rebound from this 1444, hit the high of 1506. Okay, so do take note earlier drawing. So earlier drawing here remember here? Okay, so this is what I've drawn. So here I have drawn the descending triangle pattern, and it is forming right now, especially now it is trying to break this low. And if it continue to go on downtrend, or rather to go on this downward movement, then we may see Venture suffer lower to 1366. Okay, so I got to watch out what's going to happen to Venture, would be critical going forward. So the result is coming on the 4th of August, which is tomorrow. So we have to watch out how the result fare. If the result is good, then it may have a chance to negate this descending triangle like continue. Next, we'll be looking at this Capital Land Invest and AEM. Okay, so Capital Invest, I've been covering it for many times in many videos, and now I just want to just briefly talk about it. So here you can see the hammer pattern, and there was a rebound, but the rebound did not bring this counter back to resistance. And because due to yesterday's hoo-ha, it got sold off, and now it is back to 332. And this is actually not a very good sign, especially if we come back to 329, because that will means that either the stocks go sideways or breaks 329 to go on downtrend. So you got to watch out for these levels. Okay, so 329, if we retested, rebound back to this high at 345, so there might be a chance for this counter to go sideways. Result is coming. Okay, and of course, let's see whether the result will be good. So if the result is good, then this major sideways can turn back into uptrend. Okay, so we have to take a look at the result as well. So now, just to give you an update, if this counter is going for uptrend, it has to clear resistance zone from 347 to 352. Then if it's going for a downtrend, then we are looking at support from 329 to 321. So these are the critical levels to look out for. Then we have AEM. So after I posted the hammer pattern, AEM rebounded to resistance level. So this is at the point of time where I noticed that, it got resisted, because you can see the long upper shadow. So I decided to exit the counter myself. So pocketed a small profit. Then the stocks start to pull back. And now you can see it's back to the level that I've highlighted where the hammer was. And now it's forming an inverted hammer. So the inverted hammer, if it's closed as an inverted hammer today, would potentially provide a bullish reversal sign for AEM. And if AEM has a follow-through buying for the potential inverted hammer and close above 378, there might be a chance to continue higher to 392 again. Now again, we look at these stocks as sideways because we have same high, same low over here. Next, we look at this, well, SIA didn't really break out. Okay, so in this 28th of July, I was expecting SIA to break out from this resistance at 3731. So it did not manage to break out, and it actually pulled back. Despite having very good results, it still see some weakness. And in the email itself, maybe I just turn on the email to show you what is the email on, or rather the chart back then. Okay, so here you can see a channel. So what's a channel? Channel is a range of trade for a counter when it is in the uptrend, downtrend, or sideways. So sometimes you can find a very synchronized channel trading over here for SIA. So we can see SIA, right, went to test the upper channel, then now it breaks down the lower channel, means that this uptrend is no longer intact. So especially if it come back to 703, then it's more probable to go sideways. And of course, there might be a chance to go downtrend if it still don't perform well. Okay, so watch for support level here from 703 to 685. Then we have Wilma. So it's selling one of its business for quite a hefty amount. And we are looking at this counter was forming a higher low, infancy of uptrend. So the first higher low usually is known as the infancy of uptrend. And we are looking at this counter after breaking out from the resistance. Oops, well, come see SIA, sorry. Let's go to Wilma. So after breaking out from the resistance, you can see this counter struggled on this candle. So it opened higher and closed low, which is not my favorite candle pattern because this suggests weakness. Okay, weakness. And it pulled back. So the thing for us to expect is that now we see a new resistance at 393. And then if I were to plot these lines, which we're going to see right now, I'm going to plot the uptrend line. Okay, this counter remains uptrend because it managed to find support at the uptrend line here. But it must rebound back to 393 and break out from there in order to continue this so-called new uptrend. So Wilma still has some potential. So keep a look at the closing at 384 and above will suggest more potential upside. Next will be SIA Engineering. SIA Engineering over here on the chart. Okay, let's do some adjustment. So I spotted SIA Engineering in the way that I saw ascending triangle. Okay, ascending triangle. So ascending triangle over here. So if I will just plot it for you to see, now you see one horizontal line, then we have the higher lows over here. 1, 2. Okay, so I connect this together. Okay, so you can see SI Engineering currently is forming an ascending triangle, and what we want to see is it to break out above 246, but currently it couldn't break up, but pull back to retest this uptrend line support, which is still okay. So if next few days manage to rebound back to 246 and break out, the ascending triangle projection is going to bring this counter towards maybe 255 thereabouts or higher, 258 thereabouts. Okay. Then we shall see what's next. First Resources and UMS. Well, I noticed First Resources when it was trading at this level, and I was expecting it to close above 153, but due to sell-off yesterday, it did not manage to close higher. So let's see what happened now. First Resources. Yes, you can see here the uptrend line here. So the counter is still at the uptrend line support. I would say this is still an opportunity. But then of course, if it breaks below, we got to cut. So you can see on the chart, there's some reference stop for your reference. Okay, and if this counter is bullish, supposed to break 160 resistance to continue towards 163. So we shall see whether it can rebound back to 160 and break up from there. UMS, I was looking at this counter on the weekly chart basis. So I turn on the weekly chart to show you. Weekly chart. So I noticed the weekly chart seems to be forming an inverse head and shoulder pattern. So what it needs is to break out successfully above this neckline. So head and shoulder pattern is where you plot the neckline. Okay, then you have the one shoulder head and the other shoulder. Okay, but it must break above the neckline in order to continue higher towards projected target over here, which is around 131. Okay, so currently it hasn't broken out yet because due to weakness in the US market, the tech sectors are not really doing well. So we shall see what's going to happen for UMS going forward. Then Hong Leong Finance is today. Today we talk about Hong Leong Finance. So why do I highlight Hong Leong Finance? Because this counter is on the uptrend. Okay, let's go to daily chart. So on the uptrend, and the banks is really doing very, very well. DBS result was fantastic, big expectation, analyst expectation. And if you look at the chart DBS, so you can see that is currently trying to rebound, and the dividend was really, really good. But no doubt that it's already at a high. So after the dividend, it may start to descend and then find some support at the low around here. Okay, so we shall see what happens after the dividend is paid out, which is 48 cents. That's fantastic. So 48 cents is an increment from the last dividend, which 42 cents. So there's a significant improvement. Then Hong Leong Finance, back to Hong Leong Finance. Since the banking is doing well, Hong Leong Finance is one of the financial counter and is already on the uptrend. So I notice that you always have this range trade. So you see this breakout to this level. So we see about 238 to 252, 12 cents movement. So you see this range was 227 to 238, it was about 11 cents. Then you look at this movement. So it's about here to here rather. So you can see here is about this is about 11 cents, about 249 to 238. So it's 249 to 259. So about 10 cent, 11 cent different. So the next breakout could see this counter go to 269 range. Okay. It is on an all-time high basis. So yeah, projection is about there. So you can see the counter always move in the range, okay, trading range in the uptrend. So we shall see what's happening on Hong Kong Finance. So the next two counter that I just want to talk about is SETS. SETS is currently on its uptrend line support, forming a doji, and technically this is a good sign if it can have a follow-through buying tomorrow or next week above 276, hitting 283 resistance now, and then break up from there, then 291 will be the next resistance. Singtel, if it can close decent level at 244 and above, it can form a hammer pattern, and then we shall look forward for it to rebound from this uptrend line. Okay, so if it can move higher, the resistance to meet is 260, but first it must fill up this gap before it can go higher. Okay, so that's all for me this week, and I will see you again next week. And by the way, thank you for all the likes, and I do appreciate that. So any feedback, do highlight to me as well, and I will see you again. Bye-bye.